Hello everybody and welcome to Mathematical Literacy. I am Brainstorm Betty and in this video we will be discussing time formats and conversions. We have got a list of words that we use to convey time periods. We are starting at the top with the largest grouping and then we will work our way down to one of the smallest. So a millennium. A millennium is 1,000 years. A century is 100 years. A decade is 10 years. 1 year can be divided into 12 months, 52 weeks, or 365 days, except in a leap year in which it is 366. A month can be expressed as roughly 4,33 weeks, or 30 or 31 days. This is all except for February, which has only 28 days, 29 in a leap year. A week consists of 7 days. A day consists of 24 hours. 1 hour consists of 60 minutes. And 1 minute consists of 60 seconds. All of this information we can use to convert between different numbering formats. So I can convert from a decade to minutes using this information. What we need to remember is what operation to use. So if I was working from a large unit of measurement for time to a small unit of measurement for time, meaning I was working in this direction, I would multiply. Because the unit of measurement is decreasing in size, but that means that the number of them would be increasing in size. Inversely, if we were to be working from minutes to centuries, for example, we would be using division. Because the unit that we are measuring in is getting bigger, but the amount of that unit would be smaller. It would still be the same stretch of time, but it would be a smaller amount of a larger unit. Let's put some of this into practice. So here we have the instruction: convert the following to the time unit indicated in brackets. And let's have a look. So we have been given 947,007 seconds, which we need to convert to hours, minutes, and seconds. So this will take a few steps. Firstly, we are going to be converting from seconds to minutes. And in order to do that, if we were to look at this one again, we are going from seconds to minutes. So we are working in this direction. We will be dividing, and we will be dividing by 60. Divide by 60. So we will take that 947,007 seconds, divide that by 60, pop it into your calculator, and you get 15,783,45 minutes. So we are only going to be keeping our whole numbers here. We're not throwing the rest away, but we're only keeping the whole numbers. That is the amount of minutes that we have. That 0.45 will stay seconds. I don't off the top of my head know what is 0.45 of a minute in seconds. I'm certain you don't either. So what we will do with that again is we will take that 0.45, multiply it back by 60 to get our 27 seconds. Okay, so this is part of our answer. This 15,783 minutes, the question specifically stated into hours, minutes, and seconds, so we need to convert that further into hours. So we take our 15,783 minutes, divide that by 60, apologies for the drop, and we get a total of 263.05 hours. So we did the same here. We went from minutes to hours, which from minutes to hours would be working in this direction. So it's divide, and it is by 60. So we have 263 hours, and we are left with 0.5 hours, which again, I don't know what 0.5 hours is off of the top of my head. 0.05 times by 60, and that gives us 3 minutes. So this 3 minutes will be part of our answer as well. And then we also have this 263 hours. Because we are not working further with this number, that is why this is not part of our answer. So, therefore, 947,007 seconds is equals to 263 hours, 3 minutes, and 27 seconds. Okay. Question number 2. 61,179 hours into weeks. So from hours, we can convert to days, which would be dividing by 24. And then from days, we can convert to weeks, which would be dividing by 7. So 61,179, divide that by 24, gives us 2,549.125 days. We then take that, no equals there, sorry. We then take that 2,549.125 days. We divide that by 7. And then we will get 364, let me check my decimals because I did not write them down. So 2,549.125 divided by 7. It gives us 364,1607143 weeks. I don't know anybody who speaks about weeks like that, so we are rounding it down to 61,179 hours as being 364 weeks. Question number 3. 29,253 weeks into years. So we take the 29,253 253. We divide that by 52. And we get 562,5576922 years, which we can therefore say is 562 and a half. We can round it to a half, or even comma 6 if you really want to. We can round it to 6 years. Okay, so we are not rounding off completely correctly here because we don't speak exactly that way when we are talking about time formats. We round down to the nearest 5 minutes, the nearest 15 minutes, the hour, to weeks or to days. We don't go, yeah, it's 1,2 days. We go, that's about a day or a day and a half, depending on how or whether you need that amount of time minimum or whether you can round it down. Number 4, 43 days into minutes. So we take the 43, multiply that by the 24 hours that we have in each day. That gives us 1,032 hours. We take the hours, 1,032, and multiply that by the 60 minutes in each hour. And we get an answer of 61,920 minutes. For number 5, 77 hours into seconds. 77 hours times by 60, because there are 60 minutes in an hour. That gives us 4,620 minutes. 4,620 minutes times by 60 seconds in a minute gives us 277,200 seconds in 77 hours. That was number conversions. So now we are looking at number formats. We use 2 systems of time. We use the 12-hour clock or the 24-hour clock. On the 12-hour clock, we use AM and PM to differentiate before and after noon. AM for before noon and PM for afternoon. On the 24-hour clock, we use from 0 to 11 hours. So from 00:00 to 11:59 as before noon. From 12:00 until 23:59 is afternoon. Midnight would be 24 hours, but the clock automatically resets to 0. So there are 3 ways to express time. We have analog, which is in words. We have the 12-hour format, which is the AM PM format, and then we have the 24-hour format. So if we were to express the same time in these 3 ways, we could have, for example, 7 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. We would then need to specify. In the 12-hour format, so it would be 7 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. Now in the afternoon would be PM. In the 24-hour format, in order to get that 1 in the afternoon in our 24-hour format, we add 12. So 1 plus 12 gives us 13:07. No AM, no PM, no nothing for the 24-hour format. If you add those, your teacher will very possibly subtract marks or not give you any marks for this question at all. Let's practice a little bit. Write these times in the 2 formats that are absent. So the first one is given in analog or words. So we need to write it into the 12-hour format and the 24-hour format. So 10 minutes to 7 in the evening. The evening would mean that it is PM, 10 minutes to 7. So we take the hour, which is 60 minutes, subtract 10, which gives us 50. And then it is not yet 7, so it's the hour before 7, 6:50 p.m. In our 24-hour format, we take that 6 hours, we add the 12 because the morning has passed already. The 12 hours of morning has passed, and we will get 18. So it will be 18:50. And that will be your answer. Number 2 is given as 0925, nothing afterwards. So that means that this is in the 24-hour format. We need to give the 12-hour format an analog. So 0925 stays the same because it's in the morning. And then we'd simply add a M to indicate that for the 12-hour format. In words, so if it is 9 o'clock and 25 minutes, that is 25 minutes past 9, and that is what we write. 25 minutes past 9 in the morning. For number 3, 11:58 p.m. So this is given in the 12-hour format, and this is in the afternoon or in the evening. That means that we take that 11, we add the 12 hours that have passed for the first half of the day, and we get 23. That means that in the 24-hour format, it is 23:48. So this would mean that it is 11 in the evening, and this means that there are 12 minutes left to the next hour. So 12 minutes to 12 at night, you can say, or you can simply say to midnight, as midnight is 24 hours on the 24-hour clock. There's not a different time of the day that it can represent. Number 4, 1 minute to midnight. Given an analog, we need to give it in 12-hour and 24-hour format. 1 minute to midnight. So that would mean that there is 1 minute remaining to make it the next hour. Midnight is 12, so we know that that should be 11, and this is in the evening, so PM. For the 24-hour format, we take that 11, we add the 12 of the first half of the day, and we get 23 again. And so we have 23:59. Our last one, 12:01 a.m. So this was given in the 12-hour format. In the 24-hour format, you would use 00:01, and we could simply say 1 minute past midnight. You could also say 1 minute past 12 at night. So that was number formats and conventions. As always, if you have any questions, pop them down in the comments and I will answer to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.